Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to walk you through the basics of using the Move tool. Alright, to activate the Move tool, you can click its icon at the top of the toolbar or press its letter shortcut V on the keyboard. With the Move tool activated, the options bar has two important options. The first one is the option to auto-select either the layer or the group. Now, you'll notice down here in the Layers panel that Layer 1, which is the white background, is selected. With the Auto Select Layer option on, Photoshop will make a little bit of a guess about which layer I want to work on based on where I click with the Move tool. So if I click on the blue circle on the canvas, it sort of figures out that what I want to do is move the blue circle, and it selects the blue circle layer accordingly. Likewise, if I click on the middle of the red square, it automatically selects the red square layer and allows me to pick up and move the red square. The other important option is the option to show the transform controls. Now, if I check that box, the item on the selected layer, in this case the red square, will be surrounded by a border of bounding boxes, or handles. Now I can use these handles to resize and reshape the object on that layer. So you can see I can make the square taller, I can make it wider, I can drag in from the corners and move both dimensions at once, height and width. I can roll the pointer outside the edge of one of the corners and it becomes a rounded sort of double-headed arrow, and if I click and drag there, I can rotate the object on the layer. Alright? And if I hold down the Shift key while I'm rotating, it will rotate and snap to regular intervals, so I can kind of get it lined up again the right way if I so choose. Now, you might notice that as I'm reorganizing, or as I'm resizing the layer, it gets a little bit distorted. It's no longer a square. In order to fix that, if I hold down the Shift key while I'm resizing, the object will maintain its aspect ratio, or its proportion of height to width. So in other words, whatever shape it's in is the shape it will stay in. So in order to do that, hold down the Shift key, drag out and in from the corners to make the object bigger or smaller, but what you'll do is actually retain its shape. Like for example on the blue circle layer, if I click the blue circle, hold down the Shift key, drag out from the corner, my circle remains circular and doesn't actually change shape. Now, to commit the change, I can click the check mark in the top right, or I can press the return key. To cancel the change, I can either click the cancel symbol, or I can press the escape key. In this case, I will commit the transformation, and that will allow me to activate other tools and perform other options in Photoshop. And that is the basics of using the Move tool.